2 of Tier 1 ABS. I am here on my own this week, unfortunately. No, he's joining me, which is unfortunate. I'll be lonely today. Last time I commentated, it was Wednesday. We had NLC Div 1 Monaco, which is quite boring. Well, I'm not as tired today as I was then, as we see LNG United with scoring sheets with a 14.4. Lots of good times here, drivers to look out for. The winner last week, FRA LNG, top of his timing sheet. Balera Fox is also a very fast driver. Lily was very fast last week in the Mercedes, the other Mercedes. Partick, his race pace is blisteringly fast. You need to watch out for him coming near the end of the race after a win off the back of Tier 2 NRC. He'll be hoping to improve on that win around Spain and try and build on that after a nearly a good position in Monaco yesterday. More drivers, Seed as well, TLT Seed, he's a really fast driver, Evan Venom as well. So there's a lot of drivers to look out for here. We're going to turn all the tyres and stuff on. I will load up the Twitch chat so you can... Oh! You have no multiplayer privileges? What, am I just a minority now, am I? Cannot join the session. I was in the session. Don't do this to me, game. Someone send me an invite back who's watching the stream and racing, because I can't join off anyone's profile. I don't have anyone recently played with. That'll hopefully work. There we go. Job sent me an invite. Sweet. If it does this through the whole thing, I'll just restart the game, because I can still get back in. Just probably the same thing that happened last time, but we should be good. I will load up the Twitch chat once I've sorted everything out on my phone and quieten down everything, because my phone's getting blown up before this. There we go. Right, let me load up the Twitch chat, which should be good to go. As you can see, Balera Fox nearly crashes out coming into the pit lane there. I cannot change the camera, probably because they're in the pit lane. That's probably the reason why. Yeah, there we go. So here's the McLaren of Immortal. Ruben in the pits. Jarv is now coming onto his lap. Coming into turn 1, break between around the 50-metre point actually. Beautiful. Use all the curb you can through there. Try not to lose the back end. Very wide and a big spin for Jarv coming through turn 3. Will he be in the barrier? No, he keeps it out of the gravel. Beautiful car control to keep that out the wall and get back going in time without any cars hitting him. Not many cars out on track right now, so they'll be all good to go. Immortal will be next up coming through the blistering fast right-hander coming into turn 3. He will be on an out lap waiting to get going. ETSR Leighton is on a lap, which has been validated unfortunately, so that will not count. FH4 is on a lap, but the game's decided to not let me go past Balera Fox. There we go, and he has backed off, I'm pretty sure, as well. As we see Jarv off again, that Selb seems to be unstable. Whether he has rear wing damage or floor damage or something along those lines, rear wing damage doesn't usually affect you unless it's heavy damage, so could be that. I highly doubt that was purple middle sector with the overstay he was getting, but we should see he's a massive cut across, found a few corners and into the pit he will go. An out lap here for Joran through turn 3, trying to warm up those tyres ready for his lap, and we now wait to see everyone. 3 minutes to go, so everyone's going to be coming out at the same time. Yes, we'll start racing. There we go. Switch chat is live in front of me, so I can see everything now. See, prepared and things. I am very prepared. Got myself a cup of tea, got myself everything I need. The electric will go off, I think, by the end of qualifying, because we've not got much electric left. So we're going to have to swap the key over. A massive alarm will go off. I'll be deafened. I'll be gone for about 30 seconds. Bear with me. If the electric fully goes off, which I doubt it will, but if it does, the stream will be back up straight away. because I'll be able to load up my Xbox really quickly. And quick resume will be all good. But if I do disconnect, there's the reason why, and there's your warning. It probably won't though. I doubt it will, because usually it doesn't. But knowing my luck, it might. So just keep an eye out for that. 4 viewers right now. Hopefully that can increase during the race. Tier 1 of ABS, we're going to see some more cars. I think with this track, as we see it off there, and that is Joran off during his lap. P2 car, I don't know how it happened. We're going to try and get an onboard with a car coming through that section in a minute. I think it's Lily. No, it'll be LMG that's going to be coming through that section next. I think the car will despawn before then. We'll see as these cars come out the pit lane. Big oversteer moment on the curb. Came through the left, used too much curb and just spun straight off. We'll see the aftermath of that now on the right hand side as cars cut the corner. Yeah. Horrible crash for the Alpha Tauri. It'll be P2, maybe a bit lower than that, maybe even a P5, P6. Unfortunate for him, he could have been on for pole. Right now LMG is far ahead of the field, 5/10 ahead of anybody. Beautiful lap from him. He'll be hoping to jump on that lead. We're going to see if anyone... The telemetry's gone again, even though I enabled it before. Nobody's opted to go mediums except Louis, who's at the back. So lots of drivers are going to have to deal with soft start. Of course, short qualifying, not full. So you see a lot more people starting on the softs than you do the mediums. I think that a medium soft is possible. Very possible. I've done it myself. But with safety cars, etc., just like in Bahrain, you could see drivers go to the hards very early. The hards can last the whole race around here. I think it was Amos Terms AI in Tier 1 of NRC went the whole race and got itself disqualified because it didn't pit. So it's possible to go the full race. But here comes LMG onto his lap, his final lap of the session. DRS enabled, coming down the pit straight now. Up to turn 1. Very long run to turn 1 here at Spain. Not the longest of straights, but the start line is very close to the final corner. Braking here at the 50-metre board. Use all the curb on the inside. Run very wide onto the left. He's used all the track there. I'm unsure if that's gained or lost in time. Wouldn't be my chosen line. Stays to the right on the exit to gain bit of speed. And yeah, he was not up on his lap and froze it into the barrier. Coming out of turn 3. Here comes FH4. You see Bolera Fox goes P2. Purple sector 1 for the Alfa Romeo coming up to... Oh, and there's a Haas that's off there. That's Surfy. Fortunate for him. Don't know if that was purposeful or not. Coming up to turn 5 now. Will he be able to do anything to gain a bit of an advantage? Very easy to lose the back end through that left hand up. Throwing it up now. I think... Yep, beautiful as you see Venom on the left hand side getting out the way. Another mistake's been made there, breaking down purple middle sector. This could be a beautiful lap. He's half a tenth up on his time. If he can improve even more, that could put him 3rd or 2nd. Beautiful run through that hairpin. Coming up to the chicanes now, very easy to lose the back end, get over a curb, lose a lot of time. Is he beautiful through there, doesn't launch the car in the air, flat out through the final corner, stays to the right hand side. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 1:14.8, puts him P3. Is Bolera Fox another lap? No. Seedy's on a lap, coming up to sector 3, breaking down 100-metre board, slamming it into 2nd gear, up to 3rd on the exit, uses the curb on entry. Don't think he's on a lap, because ERS isn't being used. Yeah, he's backed out of that one. Partick on a lap, here we go, he's run out of fuel, and I think Jarve coming across the line now. Where's he going to go? P8 for Jarve, and that is qualifying at Spain. P1 for LMG by over 3/10. Bolera Fox grabs P2. Allen in P3. Beautiful lap from him at the end. FH4 is in P4 with Immortal getting the P5. Jordan, who binned it before he could get a lap at the end, is in P6 with his teammate Venom in P7. Jarve 8th, Seed 9th, Evan 10th. Now these are the guys to look out for who's starting on the mediums. A very open strategy for Evan, bad F1 opinion, Aiden. Partick also one to look out for. Beautiful race pace from him in the McLaren. He should be able to fight with the big boys later on in this race. Surfy, Lily, Leighton, Louis, BXR and Reuben rounds out the grid. I think there was a Alfa Romeo Don't know if that will be another racer or it was an AI, but we'll see coming into the race here. So there is your fastest man, your pole man, FR8 LMG. Going to be a close race, very close times here. The top 10 only separated by around a second. So these guys on race pace could be very close together. Lots of safety cars around here. It's going to be very difficult. I'm unsure if safety car, not safety, Monaco is on this calendar. I've not checked. I will give it a meander right now to see if there's calendar. There we go. Next week. Thank God it isn't, because yeah, Monaco is not on the calendar. Yeah, thank Jesus my Lord, because commentating on that event is like catching malaria. It's not what you want to be doing. So I have an in the commentate. No, it's in the social media chat, telling me myself that I am live, which is positive. It's a good thing, and it's giving me confirmation that everything's working well. 13 viewers right now. Hello. I hope you're all doing well on this fine Friday night. I've got to prepare for an endurance race after this on a set of Corsa Competizione in a Bentley around Zolder. So that'll be fun. I've got some good times in, but I'm dreading it, especially after doing Monaco last night. It's not going to turn out the best. I don't even know how long the race is going to be. We'll see, but here we go. Enough of ACC. We've got F1 on our hands. There's the optional strategies you can look for. I think that all of the strategies on your screen right now are absolute BS. I think that medium hard's the fastest and most conserved. If you have like a safety car at the right point, you can make a medium soft work. I think you can make a medium soft work without safety cars, but it means more saving. So I think for the average driver, a medium hard is the best. But medium soft is possible, and if you want to go for a medium soft, you can. So look out for drivers doing that and pushing hard. As you can see, lots of cars on the outside of the top 10 have mixed. It goes hard, medium, hard, medium, hard, medium, hard, medium. So it's equal outside of the top 10 of what cars going for what. I think there's more hard runners than there is medium runners. I think there's 4 medium runners and 5 hard runners outside the top 10 and 10 soft runners here. So the soft guys do look like they'll be going for a 2-stop strategy on the boards that we're being shown, and so I think they do not. No, you can go soft medium, but maybe safety cars will make it happen. Of course, when I did a soft medium, I was in tyre saving mode from lap 1 and literally setting the same laps as the medium runners. So you do need to save a lot. You need to have your brake bias differential low, so you can save the rear tyres and look after your car, especially around this track. The rear tyres and front tyres, the whole left hand side of your car gets weared a lot. The third corner coming into sector 3, that flat out right hander, very wary on those left tyres, and then coming out of these tight chicanes at the end and the hairpins, you've got a lot of rear tyre spinning up the wheels. So it's very difficult on the tyres this track, so you'll need to look after them well. But here we go to the line. We'll be seeing all the cars line up. As they line up, I'm going to meander and see how long the race is tonight for me, because I have no clue. I do need to know. It'll be an idea tonight. It's not telling me actually, which isn't good. 35-minute race and a 20-minute race. So overall, 55-minute race. So an hour. It's good. Right. Well, for now, we look at this. 45-minute race ahead of us. Bit shorter than what I mean. These guys will have it all on their shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's go, go, go. Good start from the Haas. Getting alongside the Ferrari, but the Mercedes is shot off. Alan gets an amazing start, trying to look to the outside of LMG, coming into turn 1, hopefully no contact. The Haas goes up the inside of a spinner for Balera Fox, getting too aggressive into turn 1, and look at Immortal round the outside of the Ferrari. Will he make it work? No. Alan just cuts him off, coming into turn 4 now as we look further back through the field. 3 wide there, 3 abreast with the Red Bull, Haas and McLaren further back down the field. Partick trying to make his way up the field. Of course, the medium's looking to be faster than the hards already making their way up. Leighton has a bad start as well, just at the back. I think he's in AI mode. I'll try and get an invite. As you can see, Louis getting squeezed off by BXR. Partick up the inside for P11 on Surfies. We see Evans off. Evan off in the Alfa Romeo. Already out of this race. I think there was contacts there. And will that be a safety car? Virtual safety car. Will that be upgraded to a full safety car? Keep an eye out on the bottom right corner or top left corner to see if that will happen. I think we're just on virtual. Yeah, not a full safety car. This will save tyres, of course. Probably won't open up any strategy. See LMG leading the pack. Hopefully no one gets a drive through during this virtual. Very easy to do. As we see, yeah, there's a drive through penalty for BXR ahead. All the timings have mocked up for us, but LMG still leads. FH4 will be second place. No, Immortal will be second place. I think. No. Yes. FH4 is third. Alan is fourth right now. Up the inside, the Ferrari goes. A switchback from FH4. Up the inside, a beautiful battle between these two right now for P3. Alan goes up the inside once again, locks up a little bit, and here comes the Alfa Romeo. Beautiful cutback on the Ferrari, coming up towards turn 6 and 7. Good defence. I think that's 7 and 8, and then this is turn 9. I don't know my corner numbers. I think that little kink between turn 5 and 7 is counted as turn 6. I remember Martin Brundle doing a hot lap around here this year, so yeah. I will get my corner numbers right eventually, I promise, but looking further down the field, not much more battling going on. BXR, is there trying to gain some time. As you can see, medium hard for him is his strategy. He will be pitting in the next few laps to get rid of that drive-through. My phone is turned off when I was meant to have the chat up. That is not positive, that's not a positive start to things. There we go, let's load that up. Loaded into the chat room, beautiful. There's still battling going on up and down the field. A massive train leading from about BXR as Balera Fox trying to make his way up the field. Bad F1 opinion, defends well, gets himself back up to P15. Balera Fox has a lot of pace and will be looking to try and make their way through the field. It's going to be difficult, especially around this track. It's very hard to overtake, as we see. I think that's Jarv has gone off, lost his front wing. Fortunate for him, he had a lot of pace starting P8 today. That's another soft runner at the back of the field with no front wing. The owner of this league, he had a really good race last week. Unfortunately, won't be doing it. So here is Surfy's off now. Resets to track, I'm pretty sure. I think no wing damage for the Haas driver. Haas have not had the best starts of the race here. No spin coming through turn 9. Coming up to turn 10. I'm trying to get a good view of the front wing, but it doesn't look like it's happening. And you see the electric didn't turn off. Told you. Right, back to the racing. BXR pitted during that lap. Come back out on track after their drive-through. They've got a lot of time to make up, hopefully waiting for a safety car. Bad F1 opinion retires in the pit lane. Jarv comes in to get a new front wing. Moving up the field. We've been trying to get past Leighton, who's now in AI, not in the lobby. Balera Fox is still attacking the field above. Front runners now getting to a little bit of a battle LMG has just run away with this one. I think they could do completely different tale for this driver because he's absolutely insane. The speed that this man has is mental. Brilliant driver, commanding it like he's Lewis Hamilton right now. Immortal in second, defending from Alan in the Ferrari, still using DRS, using overtake, and here we go into turn one. Will he be able to do anything? Round the outside goes to Ferrari. Beautiful, breaking down into the right-hander as Belairfox get fastest lap, and he taps his rear wheel, Immortal, and that makes him vulnerable to the cars behind. Joran and FRT FH4 will be trying to make a move coming up towards turn 4. Not going to be able to, going to be too far back. Joran looks at it on FH4, but unable to for now. Venom just behind, looking at these guys, thinking, you know, will they make a mistake? Will they make, you know, any moves that I can capitalise on? A little bit far back to get involved. Aiden will hopefully be trying to break away from the cars behind. Seed and Partick having a little bit of battle here. Partick still won't be in his element. It's usually around the second stint when you'll see Partick trying to get up towards these guys. He'll take his time, but hopefully, if he has a good race, he can climb his way into the top 5. Coming into turn 10, FH4 breaks a little bit late. Compromises his mid-turn and exit though with that one. Just trying to defend. Immortal up ahead, trying to attack. Everyone's trying to attack. Each other. Alan now will hopefully be trying to break away from Immortal, trying to catch back up to LMG. I hope everyone's doing alright. The 60 viewers we have right now, hope you're enjoying the race as you'll see it. FH4 now attacking on the McLaren. Will he be able to do anything? I don't think he will. Of course, Immortal has DRS from the car ahead, so not going to be able to make a move here. LMG gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Too far ahead for that to matter. Only on lap 6 here. Already got 3 seconds on the car ahead as seen. And Partick having a beautiful battle. Up the inside through turn 3 goes Partick and up to P8 for the AMS driver. Beautiful on TRT Seed. There as he drops down to P9. Still a good race from the both of them. On the hards is Partick, so he's got a long stint ahead of him and he will be on the one stop. So right now he's got a beautiful race set ahead of him. Unless the cars ahead go on a soft medium, he could be a favourite along with Aiden here. So watch out for those two. They're running a beautiful race and they could be on for some big points here. But looking back to the full front here is FH4. Nearly runs back into the back of Immortal, but keeps it on the track. That leaves him exposed to the AlphaTauris behind. These two trying to capitalise. Venom catching up to this little train. Now will these two do a little swap as we see Seed is off coming into the final sector. During the final sector near the end of the track, the chicanes here, he's lost it on the hairpin going through into there. So unfortunate for him, he's going to fall from P9 to P12. Moving up towards the front again. I'm sorry, I will have to go a little bit. Usually I'm COCOM. It's a bit new for me as we see Venom has fallen back. I think during that Venom has made a mistake. Maybe he was involved in the Seed incident. I didn't notice because I was too busy focusing on the Seed. As here comes Joran up the inside, turn 10. Seed gets through. There's yellow flags behind. I think that's Belairfox off at turn 5. Yep, Belairfox off at turn 5. Turn 6 area. Unfortunate for him, no wing damage once again. He'll be trying to make his way back up the field once more. The XR now ahead of him. Lily not as fast as he was last week, but still Partick and Aiden both P7 and P6. Belairfox is off again as Venom's off again as well at turn, the final turn actually, as he pits. I think he's got wing damage, or maybe the tyre's gone off a little bit. These guys would have been pushing hard at the front in that little train, so tyres could have gone off. Maybe that's the reason for the spin coming through the penultimate corner. So yeah, there goes Venom into the pit lane. Unfortunate for him, his race has fallen back from him. But this train is even smaller now. These 4 cars instead of 6. Belairfox once again is off in the final sector. I think this car will return to the pits in a tyre because at this rate it's going to be lapped I think there's a puncher. Is there a puncher? It seems to me like there's a puncher on this Haas. But it doesn't look like it. There must be damage of some sorts, because the way that they were driving through that final few sectors didn't look the best, as we see. Jarve getting past, we'll see now. No, nothing of strangeness, but there is a McLaren off, and it's Partick. Oh, he's down to P9. Back on the track, though. He's not that far behind the leaders. If those tyres can cool down very quickly, he could be back on it. But unfortunate for him. Unsure if that was battling or if that was anything else. Of course, cars moving into the pits now. FH4, Immortal, and Joran all in the pits. Partick moves back up to P6 now. These guys pitting for the hard. So, yes, a soft hard strategy for some of these guys. Going to the end, will Partick be able to do the same as them? But now, right now, LMG has no worries at the front. No worries at all. He's got a 3-second gap to the car behind, which has been closed a little bit. But I think Alan's been pushing, as you can see by the ERS count on both the cars. Aiden now P3. Unfortunately, Partick won't be P4, he'll be P6, but he's closing on these guys, as you can see. Not that big of a gap to where he was before he spawned, so he's not lost too much time. Only about 5-second gap now between where he was, so not much time, but it will cost him during this race. Aiden in P3. Look further up the field, not much battling going on. We'll keep an eye on these guys who have just come out the pits. BXR is now with these guys. He's had clear air and a lot of space to catch back up. As we see, Lily gets a time penalty, so does Immortal ahead. We saw that coming through turn 9 from breaking away from these lot. As we see Ruben now in P7, trying to see where FH4 came out. A little bit behind these guys. Broken away in the pit lane, as we see a big slide for BXR coming out of the second sector. As we see Jarve with a time penalty. LMG decides to go into the hards for his next stint, and so does Alan, following him to the pits. These two will be battling for the win, I think. Ferrari versus Mercedes here for this race. LMG coming out the pit lane. He's just going to come out behind or ahead of Ruben. Just gets him coming into turn 1. Ruben's going to try and fight him as LMG loses the back end coming out of turn 2. Ruben gets past, and that's going to be really, really critical for LMG's race. He's going to have to overtake Ruben quite quickly, and Ruben lets him go. So Ruben will not fight LMG's FRA teammate for his racing team. No fighting is going to be going on there. Partick just ahead, catching up to Louis and Lily. Those two will also be battling hard, as I'm going to check and try to see if anyone is got anything in. Hale FH4, I agree. Hale FH4. I think he's already down in 12th, trying to make his way up the field after his pit stop. Moving further up the field now, not much battling going on for the moment. Louis will be trying it on Lily coming into turn 1. He's going to get the move done before turn 1. A big pole for the Red Bull, and up to P2 for now, before they pit, as we see fastest lap for Joran on the mediums, a 118.0 for the AlphaTauri driver. Down in P6, Partick trying to latch onto these two cars who are having a little bit of a battle and trying to get past them as quick as he possibly can. Got a lot of pace here. Hopefully he can get onto maybe some mediums or some softs to go to the end. As you can see, Joran decides to pit for the mediums on lap 9, I think it was, and he's pushing at LMG. I think Alan has made a mistake somewhere, because Joran's made some time up on him. Here we go. I think those mediums are a lot faster. They've clicked a lot better. I think he got the undercut on these guys. So he will be now battling for the provisional lead here as BXR gets another 3-second time penalty. Now, the mediums might not make it to the end here, so we might be trying to make up a lot of time. I think to make it to the end on the mediums, you need to go on the softs to about lap 12 or 13, 14-ish. So I think that nobody here is trying to do the soft medium. There's probably a 2-stop strategy for Joran, but he'll need to make up a lot of time if he wants to do that, and I think this will be the perfect place for him to do so. Coming out of the penultimate corner, coming onto the pitch straight, DRS and ERS and all the RSs just like last week. Up the inside, a fastest lap for him as well, another one for drawing in the Alpha Tauri and into a provisional lead for him. But these guys ahead also on a one-stop. They are not as far ahead as they might have wanted to be on the leaders, but they're doing really well. And they'll be on a faster tyre by the end of the race, while the other guys will be on worn hards. So as long as they can keep the gap, these lot will be in a really good place, especially Aiden in P1 in the Williams. Beautiful race from him. No mistakes with the Williams driver. He's been driving the perfect race, and he's doing amazing coming out of turn 9 there. You can see the Williams at 180 mile an hour going into sector 3. He's run a beautiful race, not let anything phase him. Partick being behind didn't phase him. A little bit of oversteer there, but just a little bit of a poor exit from him. But these three have an amazing battle here. Partick just behind the two. Lily and Louis will be battling onto the pitch straight. Will the Mercedes be able to make a move on the Red Bull? The Red Bull gets a bit over the curb there, making the car a little bit too unstable, especially coming through that chicane. I think the hard's going off. A little bit of tap there from Lily coming out of the final corner. There's a time penalty on that corner, very costly for him, coming up towards turn 1. And to the outside he goes, and 3 wide. Where's Partick come from? Round the outside, the Mercedes and the McLaren battling it out, and Partick's gone off. And will Louis be able to make a move now coming into turn 3? Up the inside, Red Bull will move up into P3. Partick still trying, as we see Lily go off, and Lily's out. Will that be a safety car? The mediums can make it to the end from here, and a safety car's deployed. Lily's off in the Mercedes. LMG will not be wanting to see that, but Partick and Louis will. As we see the mediums who have been going since the start, Aiden will also like to see that. He will be able to come to the hards to the end. So the top 3 could be with a big shout to win this race. Fresh tyres than everyone else. These guys about lap 13, you can stretch the mediums about 20 laps, especially with the safety car laps added on. About 17 laps is possible. So these guys will hope to go onto the mediums here. I doubt they'll go onto a soft or another set of hards. So mediums for these two drivers. Big collision there. Lost the back end on the exit. These guys are on worn tyres, so they probably had a lot of wear and tear on their tyres, obviously making the car more unstable. We will see what they do. Aiden into the pits. Will Louis follow? Yes, he does. Partick also follows. Jordan will lead the Grand Prix coming out of this venture. But these guys will have a lot fresher tyres and lots of pace to try and attack the leaders. And there are mediums out in the Red Bull garage and the McLaren garage. Moving on to the medium tyres for these two. These will come out around around where they are now, P5, P6, P7, maybe. Ruben will probably, not Ruben, Molson will probably get them. But here we go. Yes, P6 and 7 for the medium runners. They'll be going to the end on their tyres. Aiden gets into P4 of fresh hards. This is going to be amazing for their race. What did I say? These guys will be the ones to watch by the end. But LMG and Joran have the pace. They have the commanding pace at the moment. Alan just behind as well, as we see Venom also into the pits. Will he jump FH4? Yes, these two will come out. FH4 decides to pit again for a set of mediums to go to the end. P11 for him. Partick and Louis having a little bit of a battle on track. I think that was the game messing up actually, because they're actually quite far away, unless Louis backed out of it completely to try and avoid a collision. But safety car deployed. We will get back underway on lap 15 going on to 16. Very close there. I'm almost getting very close to back away. These McLarens have a good shout at getting a lot of points. So does the Red Bulls behind. Ruben's had a really quiet race, sort of in the midfield, but he's got a really good chance to climb his way back up. These guys hoping for a good restart is Louis and BXR's in the pits here. So is Seed. Now, will these guys be going on to fresh mediums? I think BXR's on the softs, which wouldn't be good for him. So yeah, they will go on to a fresh set of medium tyres. going to the end now. Rather hards or mediums, it depends what tyre you're on before. Leighton's AI decides that softs will be the tyre of choice, but we don't need to worry about him. So the leader now drawing on mediums. This could stretch those tyres to the end. I think it will be challenge. He's got to go around 23-4 laps on those, which is a big challenge, but it is possible. It's possible, but you'll have to save a lot and do a lot of defending. So maybe he will try and push for his life and go into some softs near the end and try and grab a podium out of this one. But that will be difficult for him. LMG and Alan will be just trying to defend their positions from the cars behind. Immortal also will be trying to push and defend his. LMG's just let his place back on Alan. Now, is the game glitched? And has it made it so Alan should be the car ahead? 5-second penalty to serve in the pit lane for Reuben for a collision with his teammate. I think that's the game, and I think that'll be removed if they don't pit again, which they probably won't. Safety car in this lap. Drivers to look out for is probably Partick, Louis and Reuben are the highest and medium runners. Those can go to the end, around 17 laps for those, so they will definitely go to the end. Fresh tyres, I think Aiden will be one to look out for as well on fresh hards, 5 laps fresher than anyone else's around them. Immortal, Alan and LMG will be also good to look out for, but our leader Joran, who's on the 2-stop strategy, will get going any second now as the safety car pulls into the pit lane. And it's go. Off goes the AlphaTauri. The Mercedes will follow the Ferrari and the Williams. Here comes the McLaren side by side coming towards turn 1. Partick's going to be the one who slips into the slipstream of Aiden, and he will go up the inside of his teammate into turn 1. Beautiful move for him, but his teammate keeps alongside and squeezes him off. Quite rough racing for those two, as the Red Bull's now been able to push and contact between the two. Immortal squeezes him into another car. A penalty for Louis coming into turn 4. Partick will back out of that one, knowing that if he dives, it will be a dirty move. Bolero Fox will be trying to gain back his places now. Now he has the chance. This is the safety car he's been waiting for, as Partick's falling even further back as Reuben tries to squeeze him off, but Partick gets a beautiful run out of there. Coming into turn 7 and 8, round the outside for Partick. Gorgeous move for the McLaren coming up towards turn 9, and he will keep his P7 and try and attack Louis ahead after his teammate squeezes him off, but his teammate now will be trying to look at Aiden. He goes up the inside, he decides not to. Takes a second thought on that one. Reuben and Louis will also be ones to look out for on their fresh set of medium tyres as well. And at BXR2 FH4 and P9. Alan up ahead with LMG and already breaking away. Already more than a 1.5 second gap is Joran breaking away from this field. He's trying to get the biggest gap he can. I think he won't be going to the end with this pace that he's showing. As we see Venom, I think, with damage in the pits. And also Jarve again. Jarve getting another spin coming out the penultimate corner along with Surfy as well into the pit lane. Jarve also gets a 5-second penalty. Jarve retires from the race in the pit lane. Surfy will not retire, nor will Venom. Front wing damage for both of these cars. I think for the AlphaTauri as well. But that AlphaTauri will retire anyway. Yeah, wing damage for Surfy too, and a 5-second penalty to serve. Looking towards the front of the field once again. Joran using a lot of VRS on this restart. He's already down to 40%. 30 now. But he needs to make the biggest gap he can already. 3 seconds nearly is a 3-second penalty for Seed. We'll look at the penalties now as we see yellow flag in sector 1. That is Jarve's car pulling to the side. There's a 3-second penalty for the two leaders, 3-second penalty for Immortal, 11 seconds on Reuben, but one of them will probably be removed. 6 for Louis. He got overtaking, or trying to overtake Partick, who's now got the place back, moving up the field. Reuben on 11, BXR on 3, Seed on 6, 5, and then 6 for Surfy. DRS is now enabled. That won't matter for the leader. He will not care about that. He will just be hoping to try and break away from the field. The one who will care though will be Alan. He's the one who's not got any DRS ahead and has got DRS from behind him. But if he can break away from Aiden on this lap, he will not have to worry. As we see Immortals off. Here comes Partick trying to get the move done. I think Immortal made a little mistake coming out of turn 2, which set his lineup wrong for turn 3. Will Partick be able to make any moves coming into here? He decides not to. I think he doesn't want to try and risk anything for the team. The team have a lot of points here, but he does seem to have better pace on the fresher, softer tyre on those mediums compared to his old hards. So 5-lap gap between these two guys with their tyre wear. So especially with the softer compound, the McLaren driver of Partick will be a lot faster than his teammate. But we will see what can happen. His FH4 is off at turn 9. Unfortunate for him. Running a really good race up until now. May have been contact, may not have been. But unfortunate for him as Ruben and BXR having a beautiful battle coming into Sector 3. There's a little bit of a lag spike there for Ruben on my end. Unsure if that was me or probably just me. Because he don't have any bars on him. The only car I can see with any bars is Immortal. So, and I think Immortal's known for his... is he known for his disconnections? Might be. Well, that might be Venom I'm thinking of. I don't know. Someone is, right? One of the two are. But as we see FH4 into the pit and Leighton's AI gets past there. But here we go. Aiden is now under threat from these guys. As these yellow flags as FH4 retires from the pit lane. Unfortunate for him for his race to end the way it did. Immortal now pressuring on Aiden. Partick will be hoping to make it capitalise on these two cars on the hards. This guy is now the fastest medium runner out of the lot, but of course these guys are right behind him. Anything, a small mistake from anyone here, Alan and LMG are breaking away from these guys, so I don't think they'll be having any pressure anytime soon. But Aiden will be the one with the pressure. He's got no DRS of the car ahead because he's fallen out of that DRS window. And Immortal brakes really late and everyone follows him there. He's showing you what Dirty Air does to a car. All the cars follow him. It was like a little follow the leader there coming through turn 10. Everyone followed Immortal going wide. All 5 cars. So this train all following the lead. Of the car ahead is a big oversteer moment for Partick. That's going to leave him a bit vulnerable to the car behind. A little bit of VRS, and DRS will fix that. He will not have a threat. But here comes Immortal up the inside of Aiden. Gets the move done. He will move back into the racing line before the braking zone. And that leaves the McLaren ahead and racing towards the front. Don't use any curb coming through turn 2. Very risky, lose a little bit of time doing that as Bolero Fox get a 3-second time penalty, overtaking Seed. Round the outside for Bolero Fox right now is Seed trying to fight back on those mediums, fresher mediums for the Aston Martin. Up the inside, Bolero Fox will go for the switchback, but will he be able to get the drive out the corner? Coming through turn 4, up to turn 5, round the outside as Seed decides to back out of that one. Beautiful helmet on the Aston Martin driver, but unable to defend from Bolero Fox. Moving up the field now as Alan breaks away. There's yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? And it is Ruben, and he's out of the race. We'll look on Leighton's AI to see how that happened. Lost it into the wall. Unsure if that was contact as BXR goes round the outside of Louis. Beautiful move from him. Up to P7 now. Of course, yellow flag still in that area. Not many cars there, so it won't be a safety car. As we still have 13 laps to go here. Sorry, I was just checking the time. It needs to be done by quarter there. Thing is, there goes Aiden off the track, and there's the wheel gone. He's going to fly in front of the whole field. And I think that car's ghosted. But, yep, as you can see with that, the car's ghosted. See, goes straight through him. As there's another 3-second time penalty. As Jordan's going to be kicking himself because he could have hit here onto the softs to try and go to the end, but he's not going to be able to unless the Virtua is out for a while. But we can see Leighton's AI does take the advantage of this one and pits for mediums. This is going to mix it up a lot. Moves Partick to P5, BX now into P6, Louis 7th, and Bolero Fox now 8th. In the Haas after his poor turn 1. It's going to be very difficult for these guys, but the gap that Jordan now has is only 4 seconds. He needs a bigger gap if he wants to make this 2-stop work. As we're going to move the interval to leader, he will come out in P9 behind Seed, so he'd have to make up a lot of time on these guys. But I think it's possible, especially around here. The softs can be very fast. They go off quickly, be very fast in this game as we get back under green. Coming through there, Immortal is a lot closer now. I think Partick's fallen back. BXR having a little bit of a battle with Louis. Louis goes wide coming through there. We're going to have a little cameraman of Partick to look at these guys. We'll look at BXR as well. BXR is going to be attacking Partick. He's made a boo-boo and he's not really matched the Delta. He's a little bit off now. He's at 1.9 seconds off his teammates. We see Joran into the pits. Will he be going for the soft tyres or will he be going for the mediums? He looks like he's going onto the medium tyre here. Yes, mediums are going onto that car. Soft, medium, medium for the AlphaTauri man, and he will come out just behind TRT Seed. Quite far behind, actually. Don't think he'll be able to salvage a podium out of this one. Partick's going to be on the defence from BXR. He's a beautiful pace draw in this race. Will he be able to snatch a P4 from him? As Immortal makes his way past Alan. As Immortal gets a big hit of overstay. Will a Ferrari be able to do anything else? Coming into turn 5, up to turn 6, 7 and 8. Immortal seems very, very tail happy. Of course, the most worn tyres on the grid right now. That McLaren does not seem happy. And Immortal seemed unstable. Very fast, but unstable during this race. Lots of small overstay moments and little mistakes. Coming towards turn 10, up the inside goes the Ferrari. Immortal's not going to be able to do anything except to switch back on the Ferrari because he locks up. Coming into turn 11 and 12. Beautiful from Immortal. His driving style looks like he's throwing the weight of the car around a lot. He'll turn in and turn back and the rear end will go, but it helps him turn the car in. Very good car control to make that work, but it hasn't worked. Coming into that chicane, it's exactly what you risk when that happens, and I think the Ferrari has damage, which means the Partick up to P3. BXR will now be on the attack. Partick has DRS and Immortal, and Partick could be on for a P2 here in Tier 1 ABS, but BXR will not accept that, nor will Louis, and Belarofox gaining fast on the top runners. Already he's made a very big statement, climbing through the field, and he'll be attacking the Red Bull up ahead. Is a little bit of a dodgy line through there, not got the pace he needs to maybe make the move. Looking forward, BXR still trying to make a good move up ahead on these lot. He's trying to make a move somewhere. Partick's still on the defence and attack, always been in the middle of a trend. He's not led one yet, so he's got two jobs at once, trying to defend and attack these two drivers. All three of these guys have amazing pace, but can we take a minute look at LMG? He's run a beautiful race right now, leading the train. Of course, we do need to realise that Partick has no penalties, and if he can gain 6 tenths, which will be difficult, we're going to put this to leader. If he can gain 7 tenths now, he will win this race. Or if LMG gets another penalty. Now, if we look at LMG's warnings, lap time invalid and a warning, and another warning at the start. So he has enough warnings to get a penalty. His next warning will be a penalty. And if we look at Partick, he also has 2. So it's going to be very, very difficult to see who will come out on top here as Belarofox moves up to P5. But look, Partick's getting more, so Partick could win this race here. A dark course, if you can get back Immortal, could win this race after that straight. But here comes Belarofox. He's not going to let that happen, of course, with an 8-second penalty. So he'll have 5 seconds that will probably be removed by the end of this race. Yeah, checking the time, I do apologise. Belarofox up into P5, P4 for BXR. Partick still on the attack. These guys staying around the same position for the moment. Let me check the Twitch chat, see what everyone's saying, see what everyone's up to. Not much going on for everyone at the moment. But yes, these guys still battling it out. Of course, we've had 7 DNFs this race. Unfortunate. But as we can see, Partick, what he does is he'll lose around 3 tenths and gain it back, gain 4 tenths on the straight and lose 3 tenths. So he's gaining a tenth a lapish on LMG. But here he comes on Immortal. Immortal goes to the inside. ERS being used for his teammate. Up the inside goes Partick for P2. Beautiful move from him. Gets the car in a perfect position. Very calm driver. Rarely makes any mistakes. And beautiful move from him. The Hungarian up to P2. Running an amazing race. McLaren both on the podium now, but BXR will be trying to push. And yet, Partick is now within the 3 seconds of LMG. This could be a very close one between these two, and Partick could be on for a win. Immortal could also be on for a win if LMG gets another penalty. Immortal could get the 1-2 for McLaren if he can break into the 3 seconds. Of course, Immortal has a penalty himself, but BXR will also be able to break into it. It's this contact there as Immortal breaks a lot more than BXR does. Coming into turn 10, BXR will get the move done on the Immortals. McLaren once again locked up, and once again Immortal's going to get a way better run. BXR goes completely off the track, and he will fall back to P4. Unfortunate for him, I think Partick might try and break away from this DRS. 3-second time penalty for Partick, and that will be it for his winning hopes, unless LMG can get another penalty at some point, and then we'll be back on for the win for Partick, and there'll be a little bit of a leaders battle on a qualifying time sort of basis. Partick, of course, moves a little bit to the right to try and break the slipstream. Lots of penalties being handed out right now, Louis especially on 9 seconds, so is Surfy, who's just got another penalty. BXR not able to attack Immortal due to this train. Of course, DRS helping these guys out. Once again, Partick breaks in 3 seconds of the leader, but that don't matter anymore. Has the leader got any more? I will ride on board with him and see how he's doing. Let's see if he's staying safe from the curbs. He might not be pushing, he has a lot of ERS right now. Partick did lock up a little bit coming into there, but he also has more ERS. So this come to the end here, this race. Very, very risky for these guys. They're trying to keep it the way they are. Trying to keep the car on track, of course. Try not to make a mistake. This is crunch time for these guys, and a 6-second penalty now for BXR. That's going to drop him out of P4. Down, actually no it won't, because the 8 seconds on Belair Fox. He'll be fine, but he probably won't be able to make any moves ahead. He'll probably fall out of this zone, especially if with Partick he doesn't seem to have much warnings towards his second penalty, but he does seem to be making small mistakes and seem vulnerable. Out of the penultimate corner, but he has a beautiful exit, and Immortal's gone, and that's going to leave him vulnerable to BXR. He's going to use ERS, he's going to use DRS, coming onto the straight. He's going to be right in the slipstream of BXR, and with that, he might be able to make a move. Coming into turn 1, he might go for the dive, and he is going to. No, he's not. He backs out of it, but BXR does break a little bit late. Will that open up a nice line for Immortal to try and get the move done? No, he loses the back end, and that opens BXR to try and attack Partick, who's up ahead. Of course, losing out on LMG there. He's lost a bit of time. Of course, I'm focusing on these two because these are the bigger points. LMG's drove a beautiful race, though I doubt he will get another warning. He'll be taking it safe. He knows that he's got a 3-second buffer, and as long as he takes this one safe, he's got 7 laps to go, and all he needs to do is take it as safe as possible. Don't make any mistakes. Don't put it in a barrier when it's not needed, and he's sure to get his second win of the season. Beautiful race from him. I doubt I'll have time to do interviews, so I do apologise. I hope that no one has an issue with that, but I've got, usually my schedule's packed. I have a race every single day, and usually I have 2 things a day. I'll have commentary in a race, or a race in a race, or something like that. I know that usually I'm doing 2 races on a Friday, one's commentary and one's racing, and the same on Saturday, and both of these for ABS, and I'm trying my best for ABS, being here every single day, every single race, whether it's racing or commentary. So I'm trying the best for you guys, but today unfortunately I won't be able to do any interviews, so I am sorry for that one. But tomorrow I'll be racing, and the day after that I'll be back with more interviews on Sunday and Monday as well. So yeah, I hope that you're all sympathetic for me, because I have got a packed schedule at the moment. I've got about nine events a week. When a week only has 7 days in it, you can tell that that's difficult. But BXR still attacking Partick. Not much going on down the field other than that. Cars quite separated out, but these 3 still in a massive battle trying to attack each other. We're going to look at warnings again, because I know the game can glitch. Invalidated lap time does class as a warning, so if Partick's really urgent to try and get a penalty, he could probably look at the race director and try and get LMG a 3-second penalty. But I think that's a little bit petty. He's still getting good points in his debut. These yellow flags further back, and they go green as well. Maybe even Immortal could try and get his penalty removed. Not Immortal, BXR. His penalty removed. Belair Fox could also get his penalty removed. So that could move them up further up the grid. Especially Belair Fox could get his penalty removed and move up into a podium. But right now, he's caught up to this train, and he'll be on the attack. Who also will be on the attack is beat XR, but used a lot of his ERS where Partick hasn't. Partick has the most ERS in this train, and most of these guys near the rating if they easily overtake. So Partick will be the one up ahead in the lead with the advantage, and that is Surfy out of this race. Will that cause a late safety